earnings season isn't quite over yet. We're getting a bunch of the retailers here at the end, as well as some really hot stocks, strangely enough, some in tech, some in retail. And what are those? I'm going to cover all of that this week on the Earnings All Stars videos. But today I'm covering the retailers, and I'm going to keep it simple with the big box. I couldn't even fit them all in on just 5 stocks here, but I picked out 5 that I think you should be watching this week. What are they? Let's dive right in. So the first stock is one of the big ones, Walmart, breaking out to new 5-year highs here, and it has a great track record of beating. It only has 3 misses. You can see the third one just off, almost off the chart there in 2015. So that one's going to move off, and that just leaves the other 2. So it either meets or beats almost every quarter. But what's going to happen this quarter with the surge in online sales plus people returning to the stores? Walmart is perfectly positioned, as we already know, and so this is going to be one of the hottest ones to watch this week. Then we're going to switch over to one of the other real hot ones, Home Depot. They've got a great track record. They did miss last quarter. That's a rarity, as you can see. It's the first time they've missed in 5 years. But the shares just kind of kept going. And aren't we all remodeling our houses? Of course. We're painting, we're remodeling, we're buying new light fixtures, all these things. Maybe we're putting in a home office. This is all their bread and butter. Things were already hot going into the pandemic. Now they may be even hotter. So this is definitely one of the ones to watch. It's not cheap, trading at 26 times, but nobody really cares about valuations right now. So people blowing that off. So we'll see. And then switching over to TJX Companies. Now this is a little bit more iffier than like the Home Depot type of companies because they have clothing. They have 3 chains, remember, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and then the Home Goods. Now, I'm expecting Home Goods, even though that is mainly brick and mortar, but once those stores reopen, I'm expecting great sales out of Home Goods and the Home Good side of TJ Maxx and Marshalls, which does carry some of that same similar type of stuff. You know, the comforters, the little knickknacks, mirrors, things like that. But the clothing is still the more iffy side. Has that recovered? What's happening with that? We will see. But this is definitely one to watch. It's not yet broken out. And it is coming off that really big miss last quarter. But people were waiting in line when the stores reopened to get into TJ Maxx. So have they held that since the reopening? We will see. Then switching over to Home Depot's competitor, Lowe's. This chart looks very similar now, with the huge breakout here on, again, everybody home remodeling. They had a good quarter last quarter with that big beat. It was kind of a surprise given that Home Depot was a little more iffy last quarter, but they're trying to position themselves to be in first place instead of second place to Home Depot. This is the cheapest of the retail stocks I'm featuring here. It's trading at 21 times. So that's about as cheap as you can get right now on some of these hotter stocks. But we're going to see what's actually going on with the home renovation side of the market. And then I'm switching back over to one of the apparel retailers, Ross Stores. This was one of the gems. It hadn't missed since our data began there in 2017. Stock was hitting the new highs, new 5-year highs going into the pandemic, but nobody's really buying the apparel right now. They do carry other things other than just the apparel side, but not as much Home Goods as Home Goods has. And so this one, I'm expecting a little bit more of a struggle than with some of the others, but it is still one of the top names on the apparel side. So if anyone can turn it around and, heading into this fall, it's Ross Stores. So I didn't even get to Target and some of the others like Kohl's that are reporting this week in this list. So there's a lot to watch on the retail side. You don't want to miss any of my tweets because I'll be tweeting out all of these charts as we go along this week. And then retail continues next week as well. And I'll be bringing you some more earnings all-star charts next week on the retail side. But as always, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. We're at Zacks.com/YouTube. And I'll see you again next time with some more earnings charts.